Okay. I think this works. Huh. Alright. I think I figured this out. Now the question is, how do I share? Where do I get the link? Sources. Scenes. Where is the share the link button? Let's see here. Is this it? Copy link stream. I think I got it. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then I got that done. Okay. Title. Oh, there it is. That's not my thing. Let me try this again. Oh, I think it still says that my stream is called something else completely different. Let me see here. Is there a way to change the name of the thing? Top chat. Let's see. Layout editor. Overlays, App Store. This is live though. Okay. Go to live dashboard. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Oh, here it is. This is the live dashboard. Okay, I can work with this. Edit. Testing out the live function on YouTube and Patreon and save. Okay, there you go. And then there's this, and then copy link stream. There's no viewers, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And nope, get rid of that. Delete. Live stream, YouTube. Testing out live function on YouTube and Patreon. Testing out the live function. Hello, I'm trying out the live function on Patreon. Don't mind this very impromptu live stream. How does this work? Okay. Testing out the live function. All right. And then publish, right? Free access. Okay. And publish, I guess. All right, let's see how this works. Okay. And then hello everyone. I'm trying out YouTube for an impromptu live stream of my 3D modeling. Come on over as I try to figure this out and also make a mini or two. Okay, I guess I'll give this a shot now. Oh, there's 4 viewers already. Oh, hi. Hi, this is MZ4250 here, and I'm trying to figure out how YouTube works. So if you want to chat, let me know how my sound quality is, if the music's too loud or if it's not loud enough, let me know. But I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. And I guess I'll make a mini, I guess while I'm here. But this is what I worked on earlier today. I worked on this ghost mini. It is a 3D printable creature that I made not too long ago. Pretty happy with how she turned out. Yeah, she came out pretty good. But anyway, let me go ahead and save real quickly, and then I'll go and make something different. Oh, I got a comment. Your voice is clearer on here than on Twitch. Really? Oh, well, that's nice. Huh. Okay, well, that's good to know. Volume's good, in my opinion. Great, thank you. Hello, Miguel. Sounds good. All right, awesome. Thanks, I really appreciate it. I used to do YouTube a long time ago, and then I kind of just gave up on it because, I don't know, it seemed kind of redundant. But I want to try something different. I want to try Twitch now. I want to try YouTube now because Twitch is kind of, I just want to try something different. I think Twitch has surpassed its usefulness now at this point. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna give it a shot. And then of course, Amazon's thing crashed today too, so like kind of shows you what kind of dependence we can have on that system anyway. So okay, I'm gonna start my work on tomorrow's mini now, just to see how this goes and see if it works all right. Sounds and looks good. The Patreon notification worked too. Oh, great. The Patreon notification worked. I was wondering about that. Nice. We get to see Spooky Mini being made. Thank you so much for all. Oh, thanks. I agree. Much better audio. Okay, cool. All right. So let's go ahead and make the mini for tomorrow. I woke up pretty early today and I got started on the ghosts, and then I was just noticing on the news like how the Amazon services were like crashing and stuff, and it was like, oh, that's not good. What if I want to live stream? And I was like, oh yeah, there's YouTube. I completely forgot about YouTube. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm already here, right? Might as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a creature, and this will be my mini for tomorrow technically, but I'll get started on it now at least. And I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but we'll see how far I get. But yeah, I just wanted to try the what do you call it, the new system, or this, not new system, but I guess it's more dependable system, YouTube, and I'm gonna go ahead and give that a shot. So let's go ahead and make a mini, and then let's just say here, AWS is having a ton of issues today. Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to try YouTube now and just give it a shot. So all right, so let's go ahead and give YouTube a shot and see how it goes. So the creature I'm gonna make today, oh, by the way, how is the music? I just pricked some generic spooky music in the background. Does this sound too loud or does it sound okay? I feel like the video quality here is also better than on Twitch. Really? Okay, that's good. Anyway, let's go ahead and make tomorrow's mini today, because I don't know, why not? Let's see here, Ghoul, here we go. So, Ghoul Lacedon. All right, so the mini I'm going to work on today is going to be on the Lacedon Ghoul. So the ghouls in the new monster manual are pretty typical, pretty standard ghouls. And I don't think I need to actually update my ghouls from the original monster manual. So I'm going to be skipping that because I'll show them to you and you'll see for yourself that, like, it's fine. So, like, I made 3 poses of the original ghouls. So there was this guy, and then there was this guy, and then there was this guy. But as you can see, it kind of holds up still. I just don't think it's necessary for me to make a new ghoul when the original ghoul still holds up. However, if you look at the bottom area of my screen, the ghoul Lacedon is a new creature that is really freaky looking, as you can see. And I'm gonna go ahead and make that today and see how it goes. And then I'll continue working on it tomorrow. Maybe I'll make more poses and stuff. But basically what they are is they're bloated ghouls that are like, well, they're pretty gross. They're like rotting pirate corpses, basically, you know, so it's really nasty. Music good, quiet enough, but we can still hear it. You can't hear the music. Okay, let me raise the desktop volume a little bit. This is going to be a vampire Mr. Rogers. I don't know about all that. Bloodthirsty, sure, but he wears cardigans. That's funny. All right, I increased the volume on the desktop audio. Let me know if the music sounds better. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started on this. So first things first, let me change this jacked, sculpted figure into something bloated and fat. So I think actually I need to get rid of the skeleton. I think it's linked. Let me make sure. No, it's not linked. That's good. All right, so this is a generic human body that I have that I use for many models and stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it into a fat person. And then I'm gonna, I guess because the clothing is like basically skin tight and dragging onto this thing, that I might as well sculpt the clothing onto the body as well. So let's go ahead and yeah, we'll turn this jacked body into a bloated one. So let's go ahead and start by making sure my mirror function is turned on, symmetry lock is turned on. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this excess detail. I'm just gonna go in here and just smooth out the body and just get rid of all of the base details. I'll leave the head alone for now, but let me just get rid of all this base jackedness. I'm gonna basically turn this thing back into like a very bare bones body. Get rid of all this extra tone and detail real quickly. Let me turn on the matte cap real quickly, so you guys can see better what I'm doing. There we go. Kind of looks like ZBrush or something. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this extra detail first. Get rid of all this excess detail. Let's go in here, go to polish, get rid of this, these nibble area right here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right. And then let's go ahead and anyway, all right, so we're gonna get rid of this detail. All right, now let's go ahead and look at this guy, and we're gonna get the most basic shapes down first. So first, let's get rid of this nose. Well, not so much get rid of it, but smooth this out. Get rid of all this excess detail. So I'm live streaming on YouTube, and I don't know what I'm doing. Whee! I mean, I used to live stream on YouTube, and then I just kind of gave up on it. I don't even know why. I think I just didn't feel like it. I think I was just like, Twitch is good enough. But yeah, then Twitch just fell apart, and is now not really working right. So whatever. I think YouTube is the way to go anyway. So, yeah. So we're gonna give YouTube a shot for a little bit and see how it goes. And if I like the experience, maybe I'll just revert to being on YouTube instead. So we'll see. Okay, sorry, I'm just taking care of something off screen. But anyway, I think it's kind of neat that, is Blender free? Yeah, Blender is free. Now I can hear the music, good volume. Great, thank you. So, yeah, let's go ahead and work on this guy. You'll have to forgive me. I have some friends that are online right now that are giving me tips right now, live tips on how to do YouTube correctly. So, yeah, they're like, press this button and do this thing. Don't forget to do this thing. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. No, I'll be fine. Just getting in front of a different audience is always kind of nerve-wracking, but it is what it is. So anyway, let's go ahead and turn this dude into a big, fat, bloated looking, rotting zombie pirate. So say goodbye to these abs. They're gone now. Welcome to YouTube. Yay. I mean, I was on YouTube like a while ago. I just never really came back to it, you know? Making a fat guy. Making how I feel every Thanksgiving. But yeah, let me go ahead and just fatten this dude up a little bit. Go ahead and just add some extra bloatedness to this guy, and then it should be okay. What's this? I prefer YouTube a lot more. It works more like TiVo, where you can pause, rewind, or even run double speed to catch up. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay. Well, that's very cool. I didn't know you could do that on YouTube live streams. Nice. Oh, this guy has like no chin. It's just fat. Okay, I know I don't look like that, at least during Thanksgiving. But anyway. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm gonna see how this goes. Anyway, hope you guys are good. So yeah, I guess we'll see how I do on the YouTubes. But yeah, Twitch kind of fell apart today with the AWS crash out. So I'm gonna try this place now and see how it goes. My phone is blowing up from all the notifications of people logging on to the live stream, probably. I should probably quiet my phone. Sorry for all the background noise. Hope you guys aren't trying to do like some some ASMR thing with me making art right now or something like that. Welcome to my live stream. I'm making 3D art right now. It's amazing. Whisper, 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 whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. No, I'll stop. I'm not gonna do that. I'm pretty sure that's like a whole other genre that like exists somewhere, I'm sure, but I'm not gonna be doing that right now. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for all the great minis. Oh, well, thank you for, your kind words. Appreciate it. So, got ourselves a fat zombie dude. Making ourselves a fat zombie man. Alright. I'm almost 60 and playing with your minis. Hey, right on. I play with my minis too. Well, not this week. This week the DM needs time off. So no game this week from us. But next week, most likely we will continue. Alrighty. I think this is a pretty good starting point right here. Let's go ahead and now work on some of the other details on this guy. And then we'll start working on getting, some more finer details. And I guess I could turn off the music that's on repeat right now and just put on something less on repeat. Anyway. So, yeah, here I am on YouTube. I guess we'll see how this goes. Last night I let the Rakshasa stand on my bed table and just led my dreams. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, whatever. I mean, whatever works for you, obviously. I'm not saying you're weird. Maybe you are, I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and finalize that. Oh, yeah, it looks pretty tubby. Let's go ahead and work on this detail by detail from top to bottom. Alright, we'll start with the fat head and work our way down. So first things first, this guy looks like he doesn't actually have his ears anymore. That's kind of freaky. I'll leave the ears on, that'll be nice. Let's go ahead and fatten this neck a little bit, not too much. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this mouth some. Now let's go ahead and work on these eyes. We're gonna turn on Dentopu so I can add some more details. Let's see here. Big fan. You'll have to forgive me if my responses are a little slow. I'm gonna be working between making this model and reading the comments, so you have to forgive me. What's this? Joseph stream says, big fan, what do you recommend for large minis when printing Dragon Wings and the STL is too large, so I split them in Blender? You can split them in Blender. However, there are programs out there that are also free that you can pull off what you need to pull off to make files smaller. There is a program called Mesh Mixer, and Mesh Mixer is pretty damn good when it comes to being able to modify files. So I recommend you check out Mesh Mixer. It's not too hard to learn either. There's tutorials and stuff on YouTube as well. So you can definitely still get what you need to get off of that. Yo, much love, man. I've told a lot of wonderful stories about your minis and have made a lot of people happy. Thank you. Oh, well, okay, thank you. Much appreciated, thank you. Let's see here. I can't tell from the image. Is that supposed to be cloth or slime he's wearing? It's supposed to be cloth. It's like wet clothing that's just stuck against his skin, and it looks pretty gross. The dude in general is just clearly had better days. Okay. And the eyes are kind of sunken in. Okay. And then I think that's pretty good for the face. Let's go ahead and add some more rotted details to his face. And then we will get to some of the other details on him. Now, when it comes to clothing, let's see here. Just a trip back to childhood and magic with D&D minis is so cool. Oh, yeah, I agree. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? So normally when I make minis, I don't make clothing usually as a part of the mini that I make. Usually, the clothing is a separate object, and I just like pose it on top of the model. But because this creature is kind of like rotting and his clothing is like slimy and just like adding on to the details, I'm gonna make a rare exception and actually sculpt on the clothing. So this will be a much different experience than what I usually do with my files. But that is a pretty bloated looking face. Go ahead and widen this a little bit. A little bit there. Okay. Cool. Now let's go ahead and add a little more rotted flesh onto his chest area. Not too much, because some of this needs to be a shirt, like right around there. So let's see what he's got here. Looks like he has what appears to have once been a like pirate jacket almost, but it's like rotted away. So let's go ahead and make the boundaries of that first, and then we'll work on all the little details after that. So waterlogged drowned pirate reanimated. Pretty much, yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll start with the jacket first. So let's get some details down. All right. So let's do that. So first things first, let me add a little bit of line of separation right here. So I hope you guys are good. Thanks for joining this impromptu live stream as I try YouTube. And hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well. Cause yeah, the AWS system crashed and I was like, you know, Twitch has not been the most dependable source recently. So let me try something different. So based off of what you guys are telling me, it appears that YouTube is probably the better choice. You're saying that I sound better, that the image is more clear. So I don't know, maybe this would be a change that I'll stick to. I don't know. Because it's not like I had a huge like audience on Twitch anyway, so it's probably gonna be fine. Does anyone know if there is any shop for painting the minis? My plan is to print the monster manual in 3D. Oh, nice. I did the entire monster manual. As for a shop that paints the minis for you, though? No, I don't know. Never heard of that service before. I just paint my minis myself. I just paint them myself, my own 2 hands. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to paint minis, by the way. That's how I learned. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with you just doing it yourself. Save yourself some money, save yourself some time. Okay, see you later there, undersampled. But yeah, P, it just says P. I don't know if that's your username or if that's like a short thing. But yeah, I've never heard of a service that does the painting for you, so that's new. That's new to me. Whatever, you're an adult. You do you. If you think it's difficult, what, painting a mini? No, it's easy. It's very easy. So what you do is after you've 3D printed a mini, you know, you've removed the supports. If you're doing resin, you do your little alcohol bath, whatever. But anyway, once the mini is ready to go, first what you do is you prime it, you know, with a standard primer of your choice. And then after that, you paint it. And then you're done. You have a mini painted, see? I'm so helpful and informative. I don't know how I could have not figured that out. So there you go. That's how you do it. See? Bam. I'm useful. And humble. Anyway. I'm joking. I got jokes. I wasn't being serious. It's more complicated than that. I'm being silly. I got jokes. So, okay, so real talk about how to paint minis. So you've 3D printed it, you've taken off the supports, you've done all that stuff, right? So when it comes to priming it, after you've done all of the support stuff, I use Vallejo primer. If you want to like write this down or just make an Amazon shopping list, I don't know, whatever. But I use Vallejo primer. And then if you use black primer, I find black primer to be a little more stickier than the white primer. I don't know why. I'm not sure what's the reasoning for that, but I just feel like it is stickier. But either way, you prime it and you give it like an hour. Usually an hour is like all you need, and then it's gonna be dry. But anyway, you give it about an hour to dry, and then after you've dried it, you go ahead. Excuse me. So after you dried it, what you do is you put down first your medium tone colors. So medium tone colors are the colors that basically are going to define the mini for the majority of its existence, if you will. So you put down your medium colors first, and you try to, if possible, you need to thin the paints that you use. Now, thinning the paints is obviously a very funny term that I've seen a lot of memes and stuff around about, but basically what you do is you like add a little bit of water to your paints, which I assume are going to be acrylic based. And what you do is when you add the water, you thin the paint, and then you add multiple layers of, the base medium colors, and you basically add layer on top of layer on top of layer, building up with very thin coats. And these thin coats of paint will ultimately look like a little more natural rather than just putting one coat down of no water at all. If you build it up like by like 3 layers, you'll find your results to be really, really solid when it comes to the overall color. The paint won't build up. It'll look really like just natural, you know? So do that when you start putting down your medium tone by giving it some thin coats of repeat application again and again and again. And then, you know, you'll be set. So do that. Now, when it comes to, once you've done putting down the medium tone, your next stage is to get this material, which some people have nicknamed Liquid Talent. I actually like that nickname, but it's called shade. So putting down a thin layer of shade on top of the model will help all the little shadows and all the little details pop. The shade that I use is, what is it called? It's from Citadel. Citadel is one of the big mini painting companies. So Citadel shade, the one that I use for pretty much everything is Nuln oil. N-U-L-N, Nuln oil. I don't actually know if that's how you pronounce it. But you put a layer of Nuln oil on top. And then you let it dry for like another half hour or so. The Nuln oil, it's kind of fun to say. The Nuln oil is, so yeah, it's a shade, and it just dries and fills in all the little holes and all the little crevices and stuff. And it just makes the mini like really start to pop. So that's phase 2 after you've done your, or I guess phase 3, after you've done your mini painting stuff. So you got your shade, right? Now it's starting to dry. And once it's dried, then you can do your final detail. Now, some people like to dry brush. I prefer dry brushing most of the time, but dry brushing can really beat up your brushes. So just keep that in mind to wash your paints after you've used them up. But dry brushing, your highlights, you know, basically you're like repeating your medium tones again, but just like slowly dry brushing on them. And then once you've done that, then you can focus on doing really little highlights, or on the top of the mini, just put like the brightest colors that you can put down on it, and then you should be set. So that is painting a mini in a nutshell, you know. You got any questions for me? I hope that was kind of helpful. When it comes to the paint that I use, oh, hello there, Nat. Yeah, we were talking about painting. Somebody asked me, how do I paint my minis? And I was explaining in detail the process of painting a mini. Which is, you know, you 3D print it, and then you take out paint, and then you paint it. See? Pretty easy, right? I'm joking. Oh yeah, no problem there, P. Not a problem. I'm happy to have helped you out even a little bit. I should not get sucked into the details just yet. I still need to make this guy look like he's wearing a wet jacket. Minis, I use mishmash of Fanatics and speed paints, and sometimes I throw a little mud on there. Nice. I also like to use mud every once in a while. So anyway, so what were we talking about? So yeah, we were talking about painting minis and stuff. So yeah, that's cool. So anyway, today I'm working on a very wet, fat looking zombie pirate creature. And normally I don't sculpt on the clothing. Usually I, you know, model the clothing separately on top of a base model. But because of how much this creature is basically like, because of how much he's just so wet and gross and just covered in goop and stuff, I feel like this is one of the rare instances where sculpting on the wet, tight clothing actually like works. So this is gonna be a very rare instance for me when it comes to making these things. No oil is pretty standard for me to use in highlights. That reminds me, time to reorder. Nice. Let me turn off this mirror function. Let me go ahead and get rid of this portion right here. Oop, sorry, subtract. Alrighty. Make this look like a torn fabric. Anyway, but yeah, Nat, thanks for joining my live stream. Trying YouTube this time because Twitch fell apart today. And I might just do YouTube from here onward for funsies. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing one way or another. I don't need to have an audience for making the minis that I make. So it's all good. I'm enjoying the spooky music. Let me go ahead and I'll expose his belly a little bit. Okay. All right. Turn that on again. Let's go ahead and give him a little bit more shirt. And then right there is where I'll stop. Turn that off. Turn on, put on a tear right here. And then put on one more tear right here. Okay, let's go ahead and add a little definition to this tear. Then we'll move on to the next detail. Yeah, exactly. It runs on Google servers, so you would think that it would be a little more dependable. So what's funny, Nat, is somebody on the stream earlier mentioned that apparently I sound better. The volume sounds better, the music sounds better, so like that might be enough of a reason to just stick to streaming on YouTube instead. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, this was an impromptu live stream. I wasn't intending on live streaming today at all, but thought I'd just give it a shot, you know? Everything from Amazon to McDonald's is currently breaking thanks to AWS. That's funny. Not funny for the tech support people that have to try to fix this right now, but yeah. So, whatever. I'm sure by the end of the day it'll be normal again. So, whatever. I'm liking this music. Yeah, it's just some generic some generic, like, non-copyright stuff I found. I'm playing right now. At least I think it is. I don't know. I'll actually check. Anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the mirror function again. We'll give him some torn fabrics on this thing right here. Let's go ahead and add. Bring it down a little bit right there. Thanks. Very unrelated to anything 3D or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. This weekend I found, while going food shopping, I found, of all things, a Godzilla beer can by PBR, of all things. I got so excited. Like, I seriously almost bought like multiple cases. I was just like, it's a Godzilla beer can. Like, I don't even like beer. Like, I don't hate it. It's kind of neutral towards it, you know. It's sort of like chocolate, you know. It's like, okay, beer, neat, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, PBR made a Godzilla beer can. I was like, what? Mr. Teller, you take my money. You take it. You take it right now, buddy. You take this money. You take it. It was pretty amusing. I think I squealed. I think I like squealed like a kid. I was like, ee! Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really that into beer, but like I remember PBR from I think it was like after I got my degree, and my wife, well, girlfriend at the time, my wife now, we were in New Hampshire. Like I was looking for work and she was working at a nonprofit, and PBRs with friends, well, getting wings and hanging out. It was just the thing to do. It was nice. The low carb cocktail guy. This is pretty spooky. I like your username, the low carb cocktail guy. That's kind of funny. What are examples of low carb cocktails? I never really thought about that before. I think it's a martini. Does that count as low carb? Cocktails is what I actually like to drink. I actually like drinking, making myself a fancy little drinky drink, you know, at the end of the day or something. Frosty. This guy has a belly. He does. He does have a bit of a belly, doesn't he? You know, you can't, don't judge. You know, maybe he's having a hard time, you know, losing weight because he's undead and bloated and full of water from being a sea pirate, or a sea zombie pirate, just a pirate in general. I get it though. Sometimes, you know, I'm undead in the ocean. I'm just like, well, I might as well have a belly. Here I am. The low carb cocktail guy. That's my YouTube channel. Cool. I don't think I follow enough people on YouTube. I probably should start following more people. Okay. Alrighty. That looks a little better. Let's go ahead and subtract in there. Okay. All right. Looks pretty good. It's all that maggot weight. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Okay. I'd say that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and add some more tears to his clothing. And then we'll get on to the next phase of this guy. So during my live streams, like back on Twitch and stuff, there were some instances where I would start a model and then I would kind of just get into the zone and like not even think about like what I'm doing. I'm just kind of there. So sometimes I do just zone out and just make the art, so it kind of just happens. But talking about what I'm doing usually helps me stay focused. So, however, if you guys have any, it's so nice to hear your story. When noticing Godzilla, do you play D&D? Yes, I do. I play D&D pretty regularly. That's why I make minis. Actually, it's because I need minis for my games. And that's how it all started. But yeah, I play pretty regularly. I play in a game weekly. Although this month has been a little slow because of the holiday and various other issues. But usually I play in a weekly game. Last year I was the DM. And then this year I'm actually a player. That's kind of nice. Yeah. So, yeah. It's neat. This year I am playing a human paladin. Playing a human male paladin. And he's just a plucky young dude who wants to make the world a better place. Well, I gotta say, I definitely have a lot more viewers on here right now than I ever did on Twitch. Yeah. Let me put some button lines here. And then put some actual buttons on this side. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Placeholders. Let's go ahead and make that look right. Add a little more folds on the skin right there. We play weekly as well. I DM 3 weeks and get to play the other week. It's good when you show up and don't have to plan on anything. Yeah, that's definitely the big challenge of being a DM is all the planning and all the prep work and stuff. Don't really have a preference between pre-made campaigns and my own campaign. I found that they both require the same amount of work. The pre-made saves you on, a lot of the creative process, but you also have to, you still got to do all the work on everything else though. Where it's like you're reading and taking notes instead of making the stuff scratch. Still the same amount of work. Reading instead of writing, basically. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and give this guy some rotted looking shorts, or rotted looking pants. Then we can move on to the other details. Alrighty. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks. Very much appreciate the company when I try something new. So are there any things about streaming on YouTube that I should know about in comparison to streaming on Twitch? Are there any tips you guys have for what to do while streaming on here that I need to know about? Do you guys have any advice or warnings? By all means, let me know. Yeah, I run a Curse of Strahd 2 weeks, my homebrew 1 week, and I play a Gnome Wizard and a Lost Mine of Pavander. Ooh, very nice. I've never played Lost Mine of Pavander. I hear that the lore behind it is a lot bigger and a lot more crazy than folks expect it to be. I'm way meaner on YouTube comments. Oh, right. So YouTube is an older service. That means there's really mean people on here, huh? Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Patreon notification was nice. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'll do that from here onward. Is I will do a Patreon notification when I'm gonna go ahead and do a live stream. I guess that is also the benefit of doing it on YouTube, is that on YouTube at least it's linked to Patreon directly, so that means that I can just let my direct audience know that I'm live streaming. So there you go. And I guess another benefit to live streaming on YouTube is that the people that I'm live streaming to, they're already in my audience, so I don't need to do the whole self-promotion thing. It's like they already know I'm on Patreon, so if they want to support an independent artist, they know exactly where to click. So I don't need to do the whole hey, if you like what I do, here's my page. I guess I don't need to do that because you guys are already patrons or at least following me already, right? So there's that. I guess there's that benefit too, right? So there you go. That's nice. So let's see here. Mm-hmm. I haven't done YouTube Live yet. Anything I do is filmed in advance. Why don't you sell already made minis? Oh, I don't like selling things. I like everything to be free. And selling things seems like it's just a lot more work. So, no thanks. I'm good with just making the free files and making sure everybody has access to the free files. And, you know, if people want to support me as an artist, they can. And that's nice. But I'm not really interested in selling things in general. Also, that's more paperwork at the end of the month. I don't need more paperwork. I'm good. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's just more work. I don't need more work. I already do enough work. Like dealing with shipping and stuff, and nah, I'm good. Plus, I have plenty of patrons that already sell the commercial safe stuff that I make. So, like, why would I take away from their business? Let them, you know, do that stuff. No need to make their lives harder than it already is. It's already really hard out there, you know? You got people with, you got tariffs and trade wars. It's all kinds of terrible stuff out there. And I don't need to add any more stress. I'll try to make life better wherever I can. It's the least that any of us can really do. Aw, you're awesome. That was nice of you. It came out of nowhere complimenting me and stuff. Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. You're awesome too, I hope. I say I hope because, you know, I don't actually know you. I mean, for all I know, you're like some creepy dude who, like, collects pogs and then, like, throws them at people. Ugh. Spooky. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm sure you're not like that. That's a weird example of like a nefarious person. He throws things at people. Anyway. Alright. This guy's looking pretty gross. Okay. I very much appreciate what you do. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Miguel, leave some money for the rest of us. Money. What's this? I need to post in Discord. I've been printing your 2025 Ancient Black Dragon head. All the other parts came out fine. Cool. Oh, yeah. Cool. I hope it comes out okay. I've seen some really good prints of some of the dragons that I've made this year. Some of them are really, really impressive. Was it last? When was it? It was a couple of, it was in the springtime actually. It was like right around springtime. There were folks that were making prints of a lot of the dragons. They came out really good. Oh no, this dude has a boot on. I could technically made a boot out of this foot, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Do 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 do. You drawing with a mouse? Nope. I just use a keyboard and Oh, drawing with a mouse. Yes, yes, I am drawing with a mouse. Mouse and keyboard. Good old-fashioned mouse and keyboard. I have a pen and a tablet, but I don't really use it very often. Just kind of used to mouse and keyboard now. And it's just a different paintbrush. It's just a different paintbrush to get to what you need to get to. So, it's fine. I printed the head 3 times with no luck yet. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I don't know what your settings are or what your printer is, so I can't really help you. But if you go to the Discord and go to the printing channel, depending on what you use, whether it's FDM or resin, and somebody should be able to help you. You said it was the adult? Now I'm kind of curious if I missed something. Let's see here. Wake up, computer. Black Dragon. Adult Black Dragon head free supported. No, I'm not seeing any areas where you would have any failures. There's no major overhangs that I'm seeing. Of course, I'm eyeballing it, but... Oh, ancient? Oh, sorry. I thought you said adult. Oh, ancient. Ancient head, pre-supported. I mean, I could use maybe a couple more supports here, but still. Oh, you're doing an FDM? Well, I can't help you with that. Sorry. Yeah, no, FDM is that's all you. Sorry, guy. But yeah, no. This is the angle that I prefer for FDM because the teeth are all pointed upward, and then you don't have to worry about supports in there. This area can be a little tricky, but if you use organic supports or hell, even line supports, because of how thick it is, it should still print okay. So yeah, no, I recommend go to the Discord. It's the horns. Yeah, I recommend go to the Discord and see if you can get some help, maybe getting some setting improvement. But yeah, no, that's very much not really much that I could help you with in that department. Sorry. It's the horns. Maybe what you need to do is, and again, I would need to like literally be where you're at and look at your computer, your system. But horns can be a little tricky. Sometimes you need to like slow down the print a little bit. If you slow down the print, that usually helps a lot when it comes to little details like that. Do you have any pay without monthly payments? No, not really. Some people, they just subscribe for like 1 month and then they cancel the next month. That's usually what people do. They usually get on like the $1 tip can tier, you know. That's usually what they do. Okay. But yeah, sorry, low carb cocktail guy. I wish I could be more of help, but yeah, that's definitely a Discord situation where if you go there and you list your printer, you list the issues, then someone should be able to help you. Like for instance, I use a Prusa Mark IV, and I'm pretty sure that my tips on the Prusa Mark IV is not going to be helpful for your whatever you got. I assume it's bamboo. Everybody has bamboo now. Just out of curiosity, what printer do you have? It's all good. I planned on going to Discord. Yeah, that'll help you. But I've seen some pretty impressive prints with that dragon before. Here's one of the prints. I believe that's resin. What about this guy? Oh, I think it's also resin, actually. This is a really, really impressive one. He actually made a custom stand for it, which I think was pretty cool. But anyway. Yeah, sorry. I wish that I could print the newer dragons that I made myself. But unfortunately, I have no space in my house. I have no space, so I wouldn't know where to put them. Like, no space at all. Yeah. It's all good. I plan on getting on Discord. Okay, too poor to have an Ender 3. Ooh. I wouldn't recommend getting an Ender 3 anyway. Those printers don't really have a good track record for printing anything. Sorry. Now, they're good printers if you do like tinkering, you know, with your machines and learning how 3D prints work, you know. But if you wanted a machine that was it just worked, you know, you just press print and walk away, like that's not the printer at all. Like, at all. I've only heard bad things, and I've only seen bad things when it comes to anything Ender related. Of course, this was from years ago, and maybe the technology has improved on their end and they actually make dependable machines now. Like, so I could be wrong now. But boy, oh boy, back in the day, it was not a good time. Nope. Yep. It was free. Oh, oh, that's funny. Oh, well, if it's free, right? But yeah, that's not a good machine. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't mean to burst your bubble there. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Okay, this looks like pretty torn looking fabric. Alright, looks pretty good. Yeah. Sorry, friend. Yeah. I printed a few things that came out good. Yeah. Free to obtain, but it's gotta pay rent for being functional. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Wait a minute, this song sounds familiar. I don't think this is I think that my music has left the playlist that was freaking no, I think it evolved from the stuff that was no DWS to stuff that is. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. This was just a test run anyway. I think about things that I own, like how much do I pay for my space every month? Pay rent or take it up. That's pretty funny. All right, I'd say we got a lot of the basics down. There's obviously more details I need to add to this guy. So let me go ahead and start adding more of the rotting skin details. And then we'll move on to the next phase. So let me turn on the mirror function. Let me lower this to 4. Now let's go ahead and make some rotted flesh look. So, anyway. So this is gonna be me on YouTube now, huh? I guess this will be okay. Also the Patreon notification, I'm sure that's gonna be useful. Hope it doesn't get annoying though. I don't want to annoy my patrons, you know. I try to do, while I do post daily, I try to keep it to at least 1 post a day. Because I don't want to, like, you know, overwhelm or annoy my folks that are supporting me. They're generous enough to keep a roof over my head, so I gotta try to be as nice and friendly as I can. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, in this age of tariffs and trade wars and chaos, Lord knows I appreciate the folks that want to support the art still. So it's definitely a good thing. So I'll try to be as helpful and as honest as I can be. I wish I could do more for the $1 patrons. There's, because like the folks that are in the $5 tier, obviously they get everything in one shot, and I update stuff regularly for them. And then there's the $10 folks that are, you know, they're the commercial people. They have little shops and stuff. The $1 folks, I don't really know what more I could do for them. I feel a little bad about that. Oh. I've been brainstorming for recently, and one thing I could come up with was add an extra folder for them in the drive that they get with the 2025 stuff that I made recently. Oh well. It's something. YouTube randomly suggested me this stream, even though I normally never suggest me live streams, but I guess here I am. Well, hello there, Trunk. I would say you succeed in being friendly. I try to be friendly, I do. Hello there, Trunk. This is MZ4250, and I'm a 3D modeler. I make minis for Dungeons and Dragons. For 3D printing purposes. I've been 3D modeling D&D minis for 3D printed purposes for about, it's been about 13 years now. I've made about 7,000 models so far. They're all free. So that's me. How about you? How are you today? Does this guy have claws? Hell yeah, he's got claws. Good enough for a subscription. Oh, well, thanks. That's probably my phone telling me you've subscribed. I really need to put my phone on mute. Just Haven't been able to reach over. Okay, I'm doing it now. I'm gonna mute my phone. Muting my phone. Muting my phone. Sorry about that. Okay, phone is muted. All right. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and give this guy some claws. Good enough. I wanted to get into Blender at some point, so it's nice to see what people do with it. Nice. Yeah, you can do just about anything with Blender. It's free, and yeah, you can do just about anything. You can do animations. You can do fun renders. Obviously, I do the 3D modeling and sculpting stuff. But yeah, you can do just about anything. I wonder if any professional studios ever like just transition to Blender just because it's free. Because like the program that is like kind of like the industry standard for 3D modeling is Maya, which falls under Autodesk. And Autodesk is very, very expensive. Like the professional like license for holding on to Autodesk is like really, really, really expensive. And Blender is free. I did that wrong. There we go. That's kind of wild though that you got like a recommendation to watch this. I didn't do any like I didn't do like any kind of like I don't know advertising or anything. I literally just turned on the Patreon notification. I was like, all right, well, let's give it a shot and see what happens. I wonder if I should go to PAX Unplugged this year. PAX Unplugged is usually a fun experience. Don't know if I would do like all 3 days though. It does give an excuse to visit some of them, some friends and family that are in the area. So that's nice. Fat fingers. Big old fat fingers. I'm fine, thank you. YouTube works in mysterious ways. It does. It does work in mysterious ways. All right. Skip PAX and come to Page in January. What's forgive my ignorance, but what is Page, if you don't mind me asking? What does that stand for? Color me curious. Page. I wonder what it stands for. I'm assuming the G stands for games or gaming. So here we go. Philadelphia area gaming something. Pretty sure it's Expo then. Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo. Nice. Can't say I ever heard of it, but I'm sure it's a good time, so there's that. Expo, yep. Yeah, I figure as much. So, I can't say it. So, obviously, I've never heard of that. But do tell. What's it like? What is Page? What is Page like? I am genuinely curious. Like, what's that all about? I found Page to be more geared towards TTRPG audiences, where PAX is board game heavy in my experience. Well, yeah. Well, I don't mind playing a board game here and there. I would hardly consider myself a board game enthusiast. I am very much geared towards the TTRPG stuff, so yeah. I could see why that would be more my alley. Yeah. He said in January, so still in the cold. Yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, maybe I should check that out. It's not a bad idea. Okay, so looks like we got a lot of the basic stuff out of the way. Let me turn off Dintoku for a little bit. Now let me go and try to add some more mass to this area to make it look more like hanging clothing instead of just that. Okay. All right. I'd say it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and add some. Any other details I need to add to this guy? If you guys have any recommendations or any other fun little things you think I should add to this dude, you know, feel free to share with the class. Otherwise, I think I'm ready to move on to the next phase, which is to link this body to this skeleton. So that'll be its own thing. But yeah, this guy's looking pretty good. Minis, you know what I'm gonna say to add. You know what I'm gonna say to add. No, I don't know. But I got a feeling you're gonna tell me to add a funny signature somewhere on this for someone to find later on. Is that what you're going to recommend? Because I would get that. But Nat, what do you recommend I add to this guy? Give him a silly hat. Well, the hat can definitely be a separate detail that I will add to this guy once he is rigged and ready to go. So yes, he will definitely get a silly hat. I'll put like a bandana on his head or something, you know? So you got it. Maybe I'll give him like a tricorn hat, you know, because pirate, right? Yes. Always gotta have a silly hat. What's the point of living if you can't wear a silly hat? Okay. Let's go ahead and what's the point of living if you can't be beautiful? Favorite line from Howl's Moving Castle. Oops. Going back to painting conversation earlier, do you give consideration to painter when designing? Do you give consideration to painter when designing? Oh, you mean like the person who designed the original art? Sometimes. So a lot of times they don't list their names, though. I have to do a little bit of digging, and then I'll be honest with you, sometimes I just forget completely. I should do that. I need to get around to doing that. I have not had any issues with your models, but some designers make painting difficult in some things. Oh, I see. A skin fissure with an intestine hanging out? I suppose that would have been the pose version of the design. Yeah, I guess so. A skin fissure with the intestine hanging out. Well, that would not be hard to pull off. That would get in the way of the rigging process later. So, nah, I'm probably gonna skip that. It's not a bad idea though, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to attaching this model to the skeleton, having too many hanging bits that don't line up with the skeleton's overall geometric value leads to some failures when it comes to the rigging process. So I like that idea, but that might not be a good idea to add right now. Alrighty, I think this guy's good. Let's go ahead and save my work, and then we will go ahead and move on to the next phase. Save real quickly. Let's see. No, sorry, I mean how difficult it is to paint. Oh, gotcha, Tom. I see what you mean. Trunk. I looked through your free models and even they're extremely impressive. I mean, you already had me at the quacking. The quacking. That was definitely one of my more favorite recent minis that I've made. The quacking. I really did enjoy working on that. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, all right. So let me do some last minute changes, and then I'll move on. Okay. De, mi, fa, do, re, mi, sa, do, su, va, re, si, do. Okay. I'd say that's pretty good. All right. Pretty good. Okay. Let's go ahead and save, and then we will go ahead and give this guy a nice little pose. Save. Let me double check, make sure the skeleton lines up, and then I think this will probably be it for the live stream after I link this skeleton to this body. Because again, I was only doing this live stream as like a test, you know? I wasn't really planning on doing any full project today, you know? Let me get that elbow to like right there. Okay, that seems about right. Yeah, this was just a test to make sure that this model, or this system, this YouTube system, actually works. And it looks like it was a success today. So there's that. Let me put a bone there for the mouth. Make sure the knees are lined up. Looks like they are. Feet is lined up. Okay, looks like the skeleton's still legit. How about the hands? Looks like it. Not doing any crazy animation or anything, obviously. I'm just linking it to the body and then doing some basic poses. Looks like the shoulders. Looks like the bone needs to be a little bit wider. Bring that out to like right there. Bring it in a little. That should be, because it's got to line up with the armpit roughly ish. That seems fine. Okay, well, there you go. So let me go ahead and save real quickly. Now let me see how big the file is. 100 megs, that's not bad. Let's go ahead and save as. It's done. Rigged. Okay, let's go ahead and do one quick review. Make sure I got everything that I need. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay, Let's go ahead and add a decimation function to this guy. So go to decimate, 0.35. Should probably be enough. Let me see. So in case you're wondering, decimation, what it does is it cuts down the overall geometry of the model, but it doesn't take away from the details. So it looks like that's good. I definitely changed the way I design minis once I started painting more. Yeah. Adding more obvious lines for the dry brushing and things like that. Yeah, me too. All right, let's go ahead and save. Save as. Yeah, that's a little file. That's good. All right, select that. Select the body, select skeleton, Control P. It's going to give me an error saying that the model needs to be repaired or something. Oh, okay. Wow, okay, that's different. Usually Blender is not happy with my geometry. It usually tells me there's an error and then I have to go repair the file, then re-import it, reposition it, and then link it, and then it's good. But this is nice. This doesn't happen often. Oh, nice little treat. Okay. I'm not complaining. Okay, look at that. Looky me. But yes, he should definitely get a silly little hat. I think I'll make 3 poses. Cause I figure this is a bad guy that's like, freaking being a bad guy, doing bad guy things. So let me, I don't know, maybe make a pose of one like eating a fish, or maybe like a limb or something. Or make another pose where he's just like roaring. Maybe a pose where he's like running forward, charging. I don't know, something like that. We take that win. Yeah. So this is neat. And it's linked. That's fast. Usually like 15 minutes or so. All right, let me save first. Let's go ahead and do a test and grab this wrist right here. Okay. Okay, that's pretty normal. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and move this arm around. Okay. Not bad. Let's check the shoulders out. Make sure it's okay. Pretty standard. All right. Let's check out this leg. Okay, cool. Showboat, everybody loves Showboat. Someday, da-da-da-da-da, everybody know. Sorry, I'll stop. Sorry about that. Let me check the head real quickly. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, there you go. That's nice. Nice little treat. It's nice to see things come together pretty good. All right. So, I'm definitely delving into tomorrow's work. I probably should stop at some point. Like I said, I had an early start today and I need to respect the work-life balance. But let me at least do one pose today and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. And then start the next thing. So let me go ahead and do this. Put a nice medium-sized creature size marker. Let me bring my big barbarian woman in here. Big barbarian woman, she is the size of roughly a 28 millimeter mini. So if you are taller than her, then this mini is a little bit tall. Okay, so it looks like he is just the right height. And obviously he's going to be slouched over and creepy looking, so thank you, ma'am. Your service is always appreciated. Okay, so he's the right size. And, all right, let's go ahead and do one pose, and then I'll make that file ready to print, and then I'll make some more tomorrow. Let's go ahead and save. All right, and let's go save as pose 1. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a creepy slouched over. I'll basically just do what this guy is doing, basically. All right, so let's go and go into pose mode. Let's open this jaw. Very unnatural looking, I know. There you go. Lovely. He's already looking weird. Okay, let's go ahead and bend this guy over. Then this leg can go over here. Then let's grab the object. Let's go ahead and bring him down to like there. Pose mode. Alrighty. Let's see, we take this one. There's always ends up being too much dog hair on my wet palette when I paint. Aww. Well, you do have a dog, and that dog is a very good boy. Thanks for the good evening. Time is 22. Time for me to sleep. All right, see ya. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. Much appreciated. I'll see you around. Oh, and obviously, if you are a patron of mine, thank you for your support. And if you're not, well, thanks for tuning in anyway. Looks like these limbs need to be extended a little bit. Miguel, what house projects is Jen up to these days? A little bit here and there. Right now, busy prepping the house for Halloween. I think tonight we're gonna watch another spooky movie. Maybe we'll do something from the 90s. I think I'll do Demon Knight. Spooky. Okay. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. Nice. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, it was from the 90s. It was it has Billy Zane in it, and he plays like a demon, like the devil or something. He plays something spooky. Alrighty. Oh, hello there, Praetorian. Thanks for joining in. Alright. Last thing to do, sculpt mode, grab, turn it off, do some last minute alterations. Just to thicken him a little bit on the sides. And then I think we should be good to go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So, obviously this guy still has a lot of work that needs to be done, but I'd say a lot of the big stuff is ready to go. Let's do a quick render, and then we'll go ahead and prep this guy for 3D printing. And then we'll go from there. And I guess I can make him a little bit bigger. Nothing wrong with that. Given he's hunched over and stuff, right? All right. Let's go ahead and do a quick render. And then we'll make him ready for printing. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and spread the sliding out a little bit. I think I missed another detail on him that I should do now. That doesn't make the eyes look like they're bulging out. It's a little late now, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Okay. Not too bad. A little dim. Bring this over just a little bit, bring it down a little bit. Do that again. There we go. Increase the brightness to 75. There we go. All right. Ta-da! We got ourselves a mini. The Lakodan Ghoul. So, pretty gross. So let me go ahead and save that image real quickly. Monster Manual 2025. Ghoul. Lakodan. Ghoul. Lakodan. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I almost forgot. This guy needs a silly hat. Let's give him a... Let's give him like a pirate bandana. Let's do that. Bandana covering mouth. Bandana. Yeah, let's give him bandana. Remnants of when he was a pirate. Oh, so long ago. Can't have a creepy pirate zombie thing without some kind of head something. Be it bandana or scarf, hat. It's gotta have something. All right, good enough. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the detail that was missing. Let's go and save, export, STL, Lacodon, pose 1. Yep. There we go. Let me do another picture. All right, let's go ahead and get to making this guy printable. No errors. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and make this printable now. For FDM printing, it would be best if you printed him in this angle because the fingers are pointed upward, so you don't need supports in the fingers. So let me go ahead and export this as is. Alrighty. And then let me go ahead and auto-generate. All right, now let's go and fix what auto-generate started. Auto-generate is great for getting the ball rolling on where you need supports, but it's not perfect. It does make mistakes. Like, for instance, you don't need supports on these claws or this finger. You might need one like the base of the hand, but like everything's upward, as you can see, so you don't really need supports there. But it does get the stuff that I know I would miss. Like, I wouldn't know if I covered everything at the bottom of the creature, you know, so that's where it gets the stuff that matters. So there you go. And then always put extra on elbows. Always put extras at the bottom, so that way it's, you know, a little bit more stable. And then always put some extras at the top too. That way there's no warping. And put one more there. And that should be it. Apply changes. All right, and it looks like we're good to go. Export, STL. Pose 1, pre-supported. Alrighty. Okay, well, this was good. This was a nice little test. I'm pretty happy with how this guy turned out. And as for live streaming on YouTube, I guess I'll be doing that more often, but I'm happy that this worked out pretty well. So This is a preview of what I'm making tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna make more poses of this creature and then work on some other stuff. But at least I know now that I can YouTube live stream and things turn out just fine. So that's good. All right. Well, let me go and I guess I should probably start making dinner. All right. I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. If you're a patron of mine, thank you for your support. And that's that. Let me go and yeah, go do some other stuff. So I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for everything else. And yeah, I'll see you around. I don't have a schedule for my streams. I'm just gonna stream when I feel like it. So there you go. All right, bye. See you around. Thanks, Nat. See you guys.